Number 8 says the J.P. Morgan Chase Tower in Houston, Texas is one of the world's tallest buildings. Completed in 1982, it is 1,002 feet high and has 75 stories, which are the floors above ground. If each story is of equal height, how tall is each story? So it wants me to figure out how tall each floor would be. I need the total, which is 1,002 feet, divided by the number of stories in the building, which is 75. So I start with 75 divided into this 1, that's a 0, into 10, that's a 0. But 75 can go into 100 one time. 1 times 75 equals 75. And when I subtract, I've got to borrow over here. So that leaves me with a difference of 25 because 100 minus 75 is 25. Then I drop down my 2 and I keep dividing. 75 into 252. Well, let's see. 2 groups of 75 is 150. 3 groups of 75 would be 225. And that's as close as I can get. So now I subtract. I've got to borrow again. So this becomes a 4. And this becomes a 12. 12 minus 5 is 7. And 4 minus 2 is 2. But I have something left here, so I've got to keep going. I'm going to add a decimal point and a 0. I'm going to drop it down. Now I have 270 divided by 75. So I knew that 3 times 75 was 225. 4 times 75 would be 300, which is too big. So I'm going to put my decimal in my answer. It's got to be a 3 again. 225 underneath here, and when I subtract, that leaves me with 45. So I'm going to add another 0 and bring it down. And now I'm dividing 75 into 450. So I just figured out 4 groups was 300. 5 groups would be 375. So that means that 6 groups would be equal to 450. And when you subtract, you don't have anything left. So this would be the height in feet for each of the stories or floors of the building, 13 and 36 hundredths feet.